Good day, my name is Abdulaziz Mahmoud Gambo, presenting to you my mini project on web development under the Cox 405 course. Here is our mini project, which is all about a website for news broadcasting. In the initial page, we have buttons that will take us to some pages in our website. The first link, which is a button that says all news, and it will take us to the entire news available in the website. The second one, sport. It is it is a category of the news. If we press the sport button, it will take us to the news that are under the sport category, and the politics button will take us to the category that are under politics, and the technology will take us to the news that are under the technology category. And the last part, or the last button, is the add news button, which will enable the user to submit any news that he has in mind. Let us start by pressing the all news button. As we can see, the all news button took us to a page that contains the entire news available in our website, which are separated with a horizontal line. Let us go back. By pressing the sport category, we will see that it took us to a page that present the news that are under sport category. The politics, it takes us to the politics category part, and the technology, it took us to the technology category part, which we have only one news under. And the last button here, it is the page that a user is enabled to submit any news of his choice based on the boxes that are available there. The first box contains the title of the news, the second one contains the link, the third one contains the summary of the news, and the fourth one, it is the place that we will choose the category of the news, and the last box is the submitter box, which will contain the submitter name. Let us try submitting the page like this without entering anything in the page. Let us press the submit button. So it shows that please fill out this field, which means we cannot submit news with a blank boxes. So we have to insert the input there. Let us auto insert it. Okay. Here we have a news that says inflation rising in Nigeria. Let us enter the summary of the news, which says inflation is rising in Nigeria on a daily basis. On a daily basis. Then under the category, we select the politics category, and here is the submitter, Abdulaziz Mahmoud. Let us try submitting this news and see. Okay, now here is our news successfully added to the list. That is all for the user interface. Let us go to the database part. In the database, here we have assignment database. Under the assignment, we have a table named news item. In this table, as we can see, we have some news which are seven in number. Under each news, we have title, link, summary, category, and submitter of the news as we inserted in the previous page. And the last part of the presentation is the coding part, which we will explain line by line. The first line is the declaration space is the declaration that specifies the document type and version of HTML being used. The second line, which is the HTML tag, is a opening tag of the HTML document indicating the start of the HTML content. And the third one is the head element, which contains the metadata about the document, such as its title, character, encoding, style sheets, script, and more. And the title part is the title of the HTML document, which which is as news box title page. This title is typically displayed in the browser's title bar or tab. And the link tag is a link that links an external CSS style sheet to the HTML document, specifying its relationship, type, and style sheet. And the sixth is a closing tag for the head element. And the seventh, which is the body element contains the main content of the HTML document. And the eighth, which is the header, and the header element represents introductory content of navigational links. In this case, it contains the header of the page with an ID attribute set to header. And the ninth, which is the H1, defines a level 1 heading with the text news box, and so on. This is for the HTML or the index page. And the next page is the list page. The first part of the page is for database connection. We connected to our database. Here is the server name, which is as localhost, the username, which is as root, the password, which is blank, the database name, which is assignment. We we created some variables that will contain our database connection. And the connection part, as we can see, the connection part, it is the part that will contain our connection to our database that we previously saw in the PHP My Admin page. And the last part of the coding, which is the add PHP, And the add PHP as the initial page has the doc type, which is the document type, as HTML, has the HTML tag, the head tag, all the same as the previous one, except some changes. For example, here we have this section. The section contains that form that we fill when we were submitting our news. And this part, the PHP part, is the part that will connect to our database. And when we insert any news, this part is the one in charge to take our news directly to our database. And that is all for the presentation. Thank you all. May God bless you and may God bless Nigeria.